we've been talking about this for quite some time. I kind of like that because I recently have seen like a really old copy of Star Wars. Forgot where I saw it, but it's it's actually a little hard to watch because it looks so cheap. So maybe it's because I've gotten used to the special edition. So like in my head, I kind of dig everything that Lucas did for most of the choices. I would say the special edition. So I'm not even sure why it gets.
Yeah, I think so. I think for the most part, I for the most part they cleaned up the graphics. They, Lucas was able to bring in what he, really wanted. Like when you go into Cloud City, there are windows now that you can see what's going on outside. He wanted to make it feel much more open. So, those kinds of cosmetic things I can kind of go along with. But, it is because, we've invested so much time, money, our childhood. This is like if you weren't the strongest kid in class, you can be like, well, let me tell you about this story that I know, like this sense of nerdom and fandom, and then brotherhood amongst other people that fell in love with the same thing that you did. It's precious to us. And so, if Lucas decides to do something stupid, he's basically shitting on what we, we're acting all butthurt about it. But that's how important it is to us.
What are you most butthurt about?
About Star Wars? Oh, so many. I mean,
well, let's take the last three. Let's take the last three movies out. Sequel? Let's take the last three movies out.
Yeah. Oh,
we can't talk. Let's just
prior to the sequel.
Yeah. Trilogy? Just take those out because
if we're prior. Okay. Well, then it's the prequel trilogy, and it's the idea of here it was. Star Wars had ended in 1987, right? And word comes out, Lucas is going to do the prequel trilogy. And can you imagine like word spreading out? And so, all this time had passed and we're going to finally see the origins of Anakin Skywalker turn into Darth.
Yes.
Your mind's just racing and you're just thinking, this is going to be awesome. So when 1999 comes and we see the pile of shit that landed at our door that in 99, prior to Fandango online ticket sales, people had to wait in line to get these fucking tickets. That's infuriating to wait this long, to have that kind of anticipation. I watched that trailer like a bajillion times, analyzing frames, like all that shit. And to go and have it to be like, there's a trade war, a blockade going on, and then Anakin's a kid, and it's like it's just weird. It's just weird, and Jar Jar Binks, who is like, I feel bad for the actor. Like he went through some tough mental times after the movie came out, but that character, he did. I think he contemplated suicide, actually. So I'm glad that he's back, and I think he's actually hosting that Jedi Kids obstacle course show as a Jedi Master. So I'm glad that he's
working.
Some love in the community. He's working.
And also embraced. It also embraced what almost drove him mad.
Yeah, exactly. Well, and also now he's like in canon. I think his character is in canon, so like he's a Jedi Master. Who knows if he survived Order 66? Your talk, I'm sure, but he's a Jedi, so more props to him. But goddamn, Jar Jar Binks, episode 1, 2, and 3 are heaping piles of poop that are only legitimated by what Filoni did in Clone Wars animated series. It gives a lot of backstory. It almost makes the whole story palatable. But
well, here let me
for the most part,
let me ask you this, because I think I feel a little bit differently about it, even though you know how much I love this whole series, but I know you and a bunch of other people out there feel like they were owed something with this new series, and in my head, I'm like, man, he put out a product that he thought was the best, and you guys consumed it. We all consumed it. I did. Yeah, and I wasn't incredibly happy with the worst fucking line ever. Anyway. But
they re-added that in Return of the Jedi.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
Wait, what's the no? I don't get the reference. What's the no? Who said no?
So no is said by Anakin when he officially, dons the armor, and he's now like dubbed the Darth Vader, and then he asks the Emperor if Padme lived, and then the Emperor says, like, oh no, she died, or no, I think he said something like it was a little more passive,
like you killed her
enough in the Force or something like that. Right?
Yeah.
Well, you killed her, or something like that.
Yeah.
And then there's this. Yeah.
And then he says, "What?
His
no,
I
couldn't have." And then.
Oh, right. Yeah.
Okay, and then so why do you guys hate that? Because it's a corny. It's corny the way he did it, or.
Yeah, that's his first line, like official, really like. As Darth Vader,
and
and
it's not cool.
Yeah,
it's not. It's
not
terrible.